hello. Hey, Jonathan, how are you?
Hello.
And hello to all of my viewers. Thank you for tuning in again on another episode of the Christine Love Show Season 2. I am super happy that you guys are joining us. We've been away for a little bit, vacationing, enjoying some off time. Now we're back fully loaded to jump into our hot topics and conversations. Did you enjoy your time off, Jonathan?
No, I hate missing the show.
I love it. With no delay after that comment, let's jump into our hot topics. So a lot going on, but not too much. Usually there's so much stuff going on social media where I cannot contain or try to put everything into one box. But so real easy today. We're going to keep it simple and go through a couple of stories. You ready, babe?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's get started with no delay. Okay, let me see here. All right, so 50 Cent got a lot of heat from his microphone not working in his concert, and he literally threw it into the audience. And check out what happened.
I was blocked. Yeah, it hurts so bad. No.
So, allegedly, he had no idea that she was in that area because it was a restricted area. So she wasn't supposed to be, or fans weren't supposed to be in that area. So that's his excuse to say he didn't know that he directly was throwing it at this young lady. Your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are I didn't know he even did concerts anymore. That's number one. Number two, why did she go to a 50 Cent concert? Number three, he's doing a temper tantrum. I mean, you're a grown man. You're so temperamental that you have to slam the microphone that doesn't work onto the ground like a little 5-year-old kid. I mean, that's ridiculous. Now, and despite whether someone should have been in that area, that doesn't relieve him of his liability. It's a waste of time and breath to say, hey, you shouldn't have been there. You just should have said, hey, I apologize.
Right.
Should have been, no, well, you weren't supposed to be down there, because 50 Cent don't control every aspect of the concert to know where everybody is at every moment. And she could have been coming and going to her seat for all we know. I don't know what was going on.
Right.
People are always in the wrong spots at concerts. That's a big auditorium generally, and they got a lot of open space for people to do things they probably shouldn't be doing.
Right.
So, I mean, come on. I mean, really? That was just he was an ass.
Well, so
I don't know how that lady's arm is hurting if she got hit in the head with a microphone, though.
Because she was in a restricted area.
How did her arm get hurt when she got hit in the head?
No, that was the blood. That was
where she got hit. So why did her arm hurt?
That was just the effect of the blood going from when she did this and down her shirt. It was the dramatic effect.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But why would you say nobody at a 50 Cent concert? People are still going to see Mariah Carey and all those.
I guess a bunch of New Yorkers, I imagine, but where was the concert at, I wonder?
I don't know. That's a good question. But
everybody likes what he likes.
Right. But the way he sues everybody and always coming for everybody and their money in their pockets, he's gonna definitely get sued for that. So
I don't know that he sues people. I don't follow him. No, he sues everybody a lot.
Heck yeah, he comes for everybody. You better not mess with 50 Cent. Everybody knows he's gonna come for his money. So he had a lot of settlements where a lot of celebrities from doing bullshit and he suing them. So now karma.
It was not karma. He hit somebody in the head with a microphone. That's just straight up lawsuit. It ain't like she tried to get hit.
No, but the fact that he did it and it made contact. That's the karma, because he didn't expect
he just drop the shit on the ground or throw it onto the stage. Don't throw it. Anyway.
Hey, like I said, you can't get away with everything all the time. So that's a pure example of you having a hissy fit. Anyway, moving on. Delta again, babe. Delta can't stay out of the news. I mean, check this out.
And sometimes a lot of stuff. Sometimes so much stuff happens, it runs down the aisle of a transatlantic flight. Like Delta Flight 198, to be precise, from Atlanta to Barcelona. Forced to turn back and make an emergency landing just 2 hours after takeoff. Here's how the pilot described the onboard medical emergency to air traffic control.
Negative. It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta.
The cabin crew was reportedly unable to contain the biohazard emergency with paper towel and vanilla-scented disinfectant. And after wheels down at Atlanta Airport, the Airbus A350 underwent a very deep clean. No word if Flight 198 was number 2 to land, but all passengers on board, including the one responsible for said biohazard, boarded another plane for Barcelona after an 8-hour delay. Delta said in part, Delta Flight 194 returned to Atlanta following an onboard medical issue. We sincerely apologise to all our customers for the delay and inconvenience.
Negative. It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta.
What were they showing us just then?
Diarrhea. He went from the back of the plane all the way to the front of the plane. So they were showing where they started cleaning up. They had to turn around. They call it a biohazard issue.
Yeah, that's true. That's the right terminology. But why was that last little footage? It implied that there was stuff on several different passenger seats.
Up the road. See, it was just.
Come on now. Was a guy naked and going up the road?
I.
You what? You what? Please.
I've had a certain situation, but I didn't. Oh God, it was bad.
And you were spraying throughout the area?
I wasn't spraying, but it was a lot. It was a lot going on. I had to circle back and kind of do some things to my vehicle. So I get it. He must have had explosive. Now we not.
Well, you really? Must have had something.
Really?
We didn't
really? Talk. If you were on that flight, and they said about a guy that had explosive diarrhea, I would have blew your phone up.
Now, what I'm saying is that if you're on the toilet, that's when the explosions are supposed to occur. Now, what happens in that area is where it's supposed to go. Now, if you're in some outside toilet area, which is what we're talking about, and you got some explosions going on, hey, I've just never seen it to that degree. Apparently, you may have experienced that.
Not to that degree, but you can't, when your body got to go and you're sick or something's going on, you got to go.
Right, but if you have clothes on, that's what I'm saying. You got clothes on, it can't shoot out your clothes.
I have questions too, babe, but you seen it. It was going all up the aisle. So that means you must have had a serious attack of tequila, margaritas. You know how you do when you get two.
Whoa. Now, wait a minute. You just implied something. If I have... That's not true.
Moving on. All right, babe. Let's keep going. All right. So now Texas, we're always on the news. Texas, they have a new law that states pretty much that, let's see, Texas drunk drivers will now have to pay child support if they kill a parent or guardian.
Child support. Bentley's Law, which is named after a drunk driving victim's surviving son, would require people convicted of intoxication manslaughter to pay restitution. Payments would begin a year after the defendant is released from prison and would continue until all of the victim's surviving children turned 18. Supporters of the bill hope it would deter drivers from getting behind the wheel after they've had too much to drink. The Texas bill was signed during this session.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Now, I'm gonna tell you. I'm sorry. You wanted to ask me a question before I start?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. That makes sense. It's not a deterrent, though. They need to take that word out the law. There's no law, in my opinion, that exists that deters anybody from doing anything at all. The speed limit does not deter anybody from going over 55. The death penalty does not deter anybody from killing somebody.
Okay.
No, because when you're in the mindset to break the law, you're not thinking about, oh, wait a minute. I might get that death chair. You're not thinking that way. You're not even, you're not thinking, oh, I'm about to have one more drink, but wait a minute. I might have to pay child support. Nobody's. Nobody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right. In the midst of your wrongdoings, no one's thinking about the outcome of what can happen.
Right.
But on another note, and I started to bring up the article that they are now implementing in new cars to have a detector, a breathalyzer, or something via on your car dashboard, or these electrical cars, to be able to detect if you're had too much alcohol by your fingerprints. Can tell on the screen when you push it that how much your blood. They have the little device that you have to blow into. Like, they have all kinds of stuff that's coming out that I read up on.
Well, that's not attractive. I won't get that feature.
I mean, I think they're trying to make it mandatory in every vehicle.
Nah. Now they have those breathalyzers for the people that have been convicted and have a habit of.
Right.
They have those they install in those types of people's cars, but for the regular person who goes out Saturday night and drinks, and they're telling me they get in their car and they can't drive their own car because their fingerprint has some alcohol inside that.
I mean, we've all done it. We've all had days, nights where we're like, Lord Jesus. You know what I mean? So the car, like to say, if they were implemented, that could have stopped that from that night or any other night. You know what I mean?
I agree with the idea that it would work. I mean, I agree with the value and the well, this is such an American idea because nobody in America wants to be responsible for their own actions. They want to put it on some other thing to make them do what they're supposed to damn do. You can't control yourself, so we're going to make your car control you.
Oh man, I didn't think about it like that.
Right. Only in America.
Well, we're down to we got to do what we got to do because lives are being lost.
We ain't doing what we got to do. Somebody else is doing what we got to do.
Got it.
Ford is going to do what we got to do. Social Security is going to do what we got to do because we can't save money. So we're going to say, well, we'll just. And then when that's gone, it's going to be that's a whole other topic.
No, you're right. You heading in the right direction with what you're trying to make your point across. Like, I get it. If we do what we're supposed to do as individuals, it will prevent America from having us to do what we should do on our own. All right. Don't you love America?
Y'all need to love America. All the shit it does for you, you always try and say it don't do shit for you.
So
can't wait to tax returns.
All right. So this has been circulating on social media all week. Erica Mena from Love and Hip Hop was removed from Love and Hip Hop because of her racial slur. And I have something to say about this, babe.
Giving the boot, y'all.
Ooh.
Yeah,
God is good.
So we reported that Erica has been catching heat for a recent episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, where she called her fellow cast member Spice a monkey.
You should have died, bitch! Y'all open the door, let me out! Let me out! I'm gonna f***ing mash up in here! Let me out, bitch! Your son hates you! Your son hates you, bitch! You monkey! You f***ing blue monkey!
Eric, I cannot believe you. You just called this girl a monkey and then said she should have died. What type of is this? You have Jamaican children. Would you like somebody to call your children monkeys? You should have did that, Erica. That was out of
And as a result, the show announced on social media that Erica is no longer a part of it, they said. Her remarks will play out in the final episodes of season 11, and effective immediately, she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Well, if they was really serious about it, they wouldn't show those last 3 episodes either, if you're really trying to make a point.
But when you're in an argument with a person, honey, you gonna say some things.
Well, you know what? 2 things can exist at once. You can hit below the belt, and you can also be racist. And that's the problem with what happened here. They were both hitting below the belt. They both got violent with each other, but only one person used a racial slur.
But doesn't Erica have kids with a black man?
Huh?
Doesn't she have kids with a black man?
What that mean?
What that mean? She ain't that damn racist. She slept with a black man.
White people sleep with white slave owners used to sleep with their slaves, so they weren't racist.
Well, I mean.
So, let me go first with saying, everyone's saying that Erica said black monkey. From what you saw,
She said monkey. It ain't black monkey.
She said they're saying on the show, and if you watch the episode, they're saying that she used the terminology black monkey.
Okay.
I know I saw the show, and she said blue monkey. Now that doesn't make it any better, but at the same time she's basically saying, and what people are saying in comments, it's split down the middle. People are saying, if you look like a monkey, I'm gonna call you a monkey. If you look like a giraffe, I'm gonna call you a giraffe. So would you say that she was being racist?
No.
And why would you say not? Support your answer.
Well, I mean, I don't watch the show unless I'm forced to watch it at times, and it's total BS to me. It's junk food at its finest. But I mean, I think that was some people have certain. I don't know. Let me see if I can say this. Calling somebody, it can be misconstrued, or she could have meant it in a racial way. It's possible that she could have meant it racially. I don't think so, because that is not something that we have. I don't know how we are racist to ourselves. I guess there's my point. I don't see how I can be. Hell, they use the N-word on that shit all the time. Nobody got kicked off. That's so funny. How is it they let? There you go. How is it that they let the nigga word fly all day on that show? They might bleep it out, but you ain't being racist then. See how they let that word fly all day long, but yet monkey is somehow, oh my God, that's worse than nigga. I mean, that's a. I mean, Dave Chappelle told y'all that one time about how he say. I'm sorry.
The camera.
Dave Chappelle had a little issue where his people told him, can't say faggot, can't say sissy, can't say all the little gay slurs, but you can say nigga all day long, buddy. We're not gonna cut that out your stick, but you can't say those other words because those are too offensive to those people. Y'all can offend yourselves. That's how y'all do. But you can't do that. Now you use monkey. Somebody in the studio somehow, I don't know who that higher up person was, they decided to make monkey all of a sudden a racist term to where you had to kick somebody off the show. I mean, I would be of the opinion they probably been wanting to get her off maybe. This was I mean, that's just
season. They said season. Now keep in mind, they got Love and Hip Hop Miami. She's a moneymaker. She brings the drama.
I'm talking this. I have no dog in this fight. I don't. But to say, because as much bullshit as that, as much of that crap they spew out their mouths, I'm sure we would go back and play all the stuff that we heard on that show. There's been some more, as the lady said, hitting below the belt terminology.
Right.
Yeah, they can call y'all bitch all day, but that's not. Oh, that's okay. I call you a bitch to your face all day. I call you a whore and all that, but I call you a monkey. You got to go. That doesn't make sense. And y'all watch this shit, but anyway.
Well, what I was trying to say is that they say that she'll be gone the season, You know, their wording is very.
They're gonna let this roll out, and then she won't come back to the next season.
Right.
Maybe it's already recorded. But
Miami.
Say again.
It may not be Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It might be Love and Hip Hop Miami. They seem to keep circulating.
Well, then they're gonna be hypocritical. Then they're gonna have no. Then they're gonna have no type of leg to stand on as far as credibility if they let it come back in any version, because now you say, okay, you can be racist in Miami, but you can't be racist in Atlanta. I mean, that's so if he ever comes back, you guys need to really question why would you watch a show that doesn't stand for its own, whatever values they might have, they don't even stand for that.
Right. I personally, my personal opinion is just an opinion that she didn't mean that in any racial form. I've been watching her since the beginning of Love and Hip Hop. Not one time have I ever felt she said anything that was racially or offending. She got down. She that mouth. She gets below. But when you start talking about people, kids, all bets are off. It's not like when you're fighting and you say, now you remember you can't hit me too hard. No, you go in, because when I go in, I go in. And unfortunately, the effect is someone saying something or doing something that you don't like. At the same time, she didn't like being called a blue monkey, but I mean, I didn't not once thought immediately that she was being racist. So
no, but so here's a question, real quick: if a white guy calls another white man "oh cracker ass cracker," which is racist, it's a racial terminology, would he be considered being racist to the other white fella?
Well, Erica is not all the way black.
Yes, she is. She's black and she's what, Caribbean?
Well, whatever she is, she's not, like you said, two Caucasians. Is it one Caucasian that's mixed?
Well, the dark skinned lady is one that got called the monkey, right?
Right.
She's all the way black.
Yes.
Okay. So if she's Caribbean, she's black. That's
no. I mean the other one, Erica Mena, is not all the way black. She's Puerto Rican Spanish.
Oh, so let's say because she's a black Spanish mix. She doesn't have the right to say monkey. That's okay. Now I catch up. Okay, yeah. Okay. See, I did. Okay, I got you. So that's where it rubs somebody the wrong way.
Yes.
Had she had another, because I mean, I think I may have used the word monkey before.
Moving on. All right. Okay. Oh God, this is
going the wrong direction.
This is going wrong. Not to turn for a hard left, but this is super sad. A Maryland teacher was murdered. They can't connect why this dude did this to her.
Hope that she was still out there somewhere. But tonight we learn the painful truth. A man is behind bars, and police say he found Miriam Silla walking in a park and murdered her. Just before 5 o'clock today, we learned the heartbreaking news that Silla had been found dead. And tonight, with a suspect behind bars, police and the community are asking why.
Fellow teacher John Eno worked with Silla for 15 years.
We spent a lot of time planning together, and then our relationship quickly grew from just colleagues to serious friends.
Mariam Torres Silla taught at Prince George's County Dora Kennedy French Immersion School.
Very humble, and that infected whoever she met, with her humility and her simplicity.
Eno joined community searches through the parks of Greenbelt. They didn't know their searches were far from where Silla was found.
Police say a concerned citizen spotted what they thought was a body near this area of Old Alexandria Ferry Road in Clinton August 1st. This is more than half an hour drive away from when Silla went missing.
Police report finding a dismembered body near this industrial area. DNA evidence matched the body as Silla. They arrested 33-year-old Harold Landon III, but won't disclose what led them to him. Police say there's no known motive and no connection between Landon and Silla.
I don't understand that. But let me add this before you speak. He was just released on bond this past May for domestic violence. So
one has nothing to do with the other.
I mean,
you're trying to ask a serial killer, why did he do that? I mean, did Jeffrey Dahmer ever explain himself as to why he did what he did? Did a Son of Sam ever?
Serial killer? Who said?
Well, no. Well, my point is, here to your point, if I kill one person, and you catch me, you prevent me from maybe doing more, right?
Okay.
When you get to the level of dismemberment, that's just not a regular homicide. So there's something going on.
Yeah.
And then you tell me the community's trying to wonder why. Well, ask him. Shit. You got the questions, the answers right there. Ask that guy. Say, hey, bro, why did you do that? Now, you may or may not get an answer. You may want to try tying the fact that he beats up women or beat up his girlfriend. He's mad at her and he just took it all out on her. I don't know. I mean, the why really is really irrelevant because it's the fact that it happened. And it's a sad reality of people. Now, you can get to a deeper deal and say, hey, when his ass was in jail, was he getting rehabilitated or was he just sitting there rotting? That's another question. So, hey, prison system, y'all gonna start rehabbing these guys like you're supposed to be, or you gonna just let them sit there and become super criminals and be angrier? So when they come out, they do more bullshit.
Super sad. I mean, like you said, dismemberment. So I know what that means, but just pretty much she was
a body part was taken from a part, meaning maybe a head was off, an arm was off. Maybe the arms and legs are off. Something wasn't all the way attached.
Woo!
And that ain't nothing you can't just do that with your bare hands.
No, monster. Ugh. Rest in peace to the teacher and prayers to her family.
You guys don't go places by yourselves thinking the world's a happy place.
No.
Be prepared at all times. Keep your head on swivel. Stop thinking it's all good. And being too comfortable.
Yeah, I'm guilty. All right. So, babe, Tyrese and DJ Envy were super tight back in the day. Something allegedly happened and they'll talk about it. But this kind of brings me to our conversation we've had when someone's intoxicated or when they're under the influence of speaking their truth and not meaning it and coming back saying, well, you know me. You know I'm not like that normally, and I know your thoughts on that. But let's hear this out, and we'll get to it. Okay.
Okay.
Everything. He was on the psych meds then, because you said you don't even remember a lot of the stuff you were saying. Though.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't at all. Yeah. So just like when you get drunk, do you hold your boy to what he's saying while he's drunk?
No, I never held that against you.
Okay. Do you hold anybody to anything that they're doing when you know that this is their usual self? They were drunk, they were out of their mind, and they end up saying and doing some shit that hurt my feelings, that was offensive, that made me feel a way. But I know that characteristically, that's not who this man is.
Well, yeah, see the difference is, I honestly don't know what psych meds you were on or who you were.
Right.
But I never talked to your wife in a disrespectful manner, and you talked to mine in a disrespectful manner. And I never told nobody that. Even when you were on, and you could say you were on those psych meds, and you could say that you weren't.
What you mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserve me to box your mouth.
Well,
and I didn't.
No.
So pretty much, Tyrese is on this whole apology tour, apologizing to anyone that he offended or did some wrong to. And they've kind of fell out since then because DJ Envy was saying, you remember the times, and I didn't play the whole video, but it's on the Shade Room, social media, that you would call me plenty of times and say, hey, E, come to my hotel, come to my house. And he said, I wouldn't come. And you never thought once, like, why I wasn't coming. So they were just going back and forth. So my thought is that I used to believe before dating you, is that when you're drunk, you might do some things and say things that you may not mean. But when you really think about it, do you really mean? Is the truth really coming out? Your thoughts, Jonathan?
Right. I agree with that. I am of the belief that you can't make up something in your mind. that doesn't exist in your mind. We're not screenwriters and have our minds aren't floating around with sci-fi thoughts that are waiting to jump out. So when I say something, it's in there. It ain't no freestyle thought that didn't come from nowhere. If I say I didn't like you, or I think you this, that, or the other, that either slipped out because you were under the influence of something, and or you got, like you said, you got so mad that you started being hit below the belt. You know, that's still part of the truth. That ain't no made up story. You really saying it, but now you don't have any what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have any governors on your mouth to make you think before you speak. Now you're saying some stuff just flowing out because you really think it. And now you're gonna come back and blame it on the alcohol. That's the weakest. That's the weakest story ever told in mankind. And anybody tell you that is on some BS. I don't care if you was on dope. I don't care if you was on pills. I don't care if you was on alcohol. What you did at the end of the day is what you did. That's just what I'm saying. I don't think I'm gonna give you. This is my analogy. I'm gonna go out there with this one. I don't think a straight man, gets on some type of drug and then does a gay act with another man. And then the next day says, I was on. It was the tequila that made me do what I did with you last night, bruh. So, if you agree with that, you can't agree with the concept of your mouth. You did what you wanted to do and felt the freedom to do it because you had a scapegoat built in. And that's just that.
So there's no if and buts about it. You know what you're doing when you're intoxicated and when you are.
I'm not gonna say you know all the things that happen. I'm not saying you know it like you can have some because some drugs do make you have a memory lapse.
Okay.
So the memory of it might not be there, but the fact that you did it is what happened. Okay, I might not remember I did that, but if you got beat on did, I said, well, dang, I was fucked up. And I really shouldn't have done that, but I did it. I really shouldn't have said it, and I apologize for it. When I said I shouldn't have, I'm saying it from the standpoint of I would have not said that because I wouldn't have wanted to offend you in such a way. I'm not saying it ain't that I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it that way. I would have said it nicer if I had not been intoxicated. I wouldn't have done that act. I may have wanted to, but I wouldn't have done that because my governor would have stopped me from behaving in such a way. My governor was off, so now I'm out there acting super freaky because my governor is off. But my normal self would have not. I still may have wanted to, but I just wouldn't because, hey, I don't want to make it look like I'm this way or that way. So when that governor turns off, you exposing your thoughts.
Yeah. I agree. I have been in a situation where I've said some things and I apologize, but in the back of my mind, I was like, I did mean that, but I just wasn't trying to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
All right. Well said, babe. We are getting through here. Now, this here, I appreciated this moment. I really appreciate this moment. Vanessa Williams gets a public apology from Miss America.
3 decades in the making. By the way, Miss Georgia was crowned the new Miss America, but the big headline involves the winner from more than 30 years ago. Here tonight, ABC's Lindsay Davis.
In an evening of high emotion,
Miss Georgia!
The newest Miss America crowned Sunday night, upstaged by Vanessa Williams, back for the first time in 32 years as head Miss America judge.
I want to apologize to you for anything that made you feel any less the Miss America you are.
An apology for the way the organization treated Williams, the first Black Miss America. Her 10-month reign rocked by scandal after nude photos she had taken 2 years before were published in Penthouse magazine, prompting the first and only resignation in the pageant's history.
I do officially relinquish my title.
Williams revealed it was especially hard for her mother, in an interview with ABC's Robin Roberts.
So there was an incredible amount of shame and humiliation that she was confronted with.
But last night, long-awaited vindication for Williams and her mother.
I want to apologize to you and to your mother, Miss Helen Williams.
Oh, mom's still alive. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Right.
mom got to see that.
I know. I thought that was super important that they dedicated. It took over pretty much the pageant. That moment right there, God, that was deep. That was huge. What are your thoughts on that? That was huge.
I didn't know they still had that pageant.
I know, right?
But so the fact that they did that, I mean, they stepped up. I don't know. I want to say there was no political ideology behind doing it. I want to say I hope it was for purity and for acknowledging the truth of what they really believe.
Mm-hmm.
That they really was screwing with her hard about it, and I hope they at the very least I hope they acknowledge how they did that and use that information moving forward. If someone else gets in a situation, gets jammed up,
right?
I hope they don't hold that against them. Consider now, did they change the parameters of the show to say, hey, have y'all taken y'all been in any pornographic situations in a certain amount of time that we need to know about? Because if it comes back up and you say you didn't, and we ain't gonna knock you for doing it. We're gonna knock you for lying. You lied. Now we don't care you did it, but you lied about it. So
I'm sure after that incident they did. Did you see those photos? Did you have that magazine?
Damn right, I saw them photos. Shit. I was about 10 years old, probably.
Oh, you nasty little boy. All right. Moving on. Pedophiles. All right. Last story, babe. Sweet. We got through it. Short and sweet this week. Walmart, the one I think this is by Busy Bee, and you can confirm that after this.
Yeah, the one that closed.
Walmart is literally adding a police station inside its store because theft has gotten so bad. Walmart is reopening a store in Atlanta next May after shoplifters set fire to the building last December as a distraction from their thieving, according to fire department officials. But the location will feature a new addition, a police department. Atlanta city officials say the Walmart will include a substation to reduce the risk of theft and violence. The store is critical to the low-income neighborhood of Vine City, and residents say the months without Walmart have been tough on the community due to a lack of nearby supermarkets. After the fire, residents were concerned that the company would permanently close the location, making the area a food desert. However, the company decided to build a smaller Walmart that focuses on daily essentials like food and pharmaceuticals rather than a traditional supercenter.
Now, I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I'm glad. I think. What do you think? Before I even go there, because. Is it just this location? If they did, that was the agreement that we'll open it back, but we got to put the popos in there because y'all motherfuckers. Sorry.
You ready?
Yes.
You sure you keep talking?
Good. I'm good.
Okay, sound like. Man, you gotta drink up. So, I think that is the one. Well, Vine City, I thought was more so. I thought Vine City was further down, over by going closer to old Fort McPherson. I thought that was Vine City. That's Oakland City, I think. Oakland Station. Okay. So Vine City is right there by the dome. So yes. That's the one that's right there across from Busy Bee.
Yes.
There's one's been closed. I thought that it was, well, I didn't know why it closed. I assumed it closed because of numbers. That was my assumption.
No, we talked about that. Yeah.
We talked about it, but I didn't know. I mean, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. Why anything closes is because of numbers. The money ain't working, so you close the damn store. I didn't think it had something to do with vandalism problems. but I can see where that's an issue in that area.
Yeah,
you know, I can see. But now the and I'm always this is what I'm always probably going to say this about a lot of things regarding the community, and the person said it, is a food desert. A food desert, for those who don't know, is when you have a certain square miles that don't have adequate food. Food being vegetables, fresh vegetables, nutrients. These convenience stores don't count.
Right.
A convenience store is not a substitute for a grocery store. Mm-hmm. Now, as much as we, as black as we are in Atlanta, and as righteous as we are in Atlanta, we really shouldn't have to rely on Walmart to put stores in our community. The people are complaining. They're saying, hey, we don't have anything. So Walmart's like, all right, well, since nobody else is going to step up, the great Walmart is going to come in and save the day, even though you guys have abused our business. All they're doing is trying to make money. They're not trying to help y'all. They're trying to make money. And because no one else is trying to help the community, they're going to come back under the guy. They probably worked a deal. I said, hey, we'll come back, Metro Atlanta, if you give us some police on standby.
I totally agree. I'm just glad that they have something, regardless of whatever it took, whatever meetings they had, something worked. And I know it's not going to be where you can buy school supplies or any other things you may need for the household, but they will have their daily essentials. So we'll start there. So I just thought it was sad that it was closed in the first place. Mm-hmm. But that's it. We got through it. Short and sweet this week. You know what I mean? We didn't have to go too far left. So I want to appreciate my viewers. Huh? Oh, we go left. Thanks for my viewers for tuning in. Until next time, the Christine Love Show Season 2 next Saturday. We are coming to a season ending soon, and I want to go out with a bang. So stay tuned for a surprise guest that I will have on to take my season out, Season 2, for Season 3's intro, if that makes sense. I know I was jumbling there. Jonathan loves when I mumbo jumbo my words.
I don't
smile. Just smile. Show all 32 teeth, babe. This is what I love. Okay. All right. So until next time, the Christine Love Show Season 2. Good night.